Woo!
Hello, welcome to Airing It Out. I'm Josh.
I'm Jonas.
This is Jerry. Today we're going to be talking about the Dark Knight Trilogy,
Yes.
the new Batman, James Bond being delayed,
Of course, our film.
our film, of course.
Film.
We'll start with that, of course, because you guys care, right?
Yeah.
Why we chose the length of the film, and then you're going to spratter away about...
A little bit about myself, because obviously we asked what you guys wanted to know, and some of the questions were about me.
all wanted to know about Jonas, which is fine. Like, I'm not offended.
It's fine.
Okay.
If you have any questions for Josh, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Speaking of comments, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and click the little bell icon so you get the notifications.
I love that.
Thanks.
All right, let's jump right in. Some questions about decisions regarding our film were, how did we end up with the length of the film? First of all, the length of the film, as it stands right now, is about half an hour.
Yep, 32 minutes on the dot.
Yeah, and that is, I mean, for a short film, that is quite long. Most short films, I guess, are around 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, it wasn't like we were trying to set out to shoot a half an hour film. It kind of ended up being that long because of the story that we chose.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, because I think we needed to show, so for those of you that missed last week's amazing episode,
Yes.
our film is about a girl who becomes homeless.
Yes.
And part of that includes, obviously, the time has passed. I think it just felt a bit... It would feel too rushed if you just had 10-15 minutes of, like, this is the whole thing, and it's kind of like you're just focusing on the main points, whereas so much of homelessness is time, you know, and how long it takes for everything to actually happen in terms of getting help. So we needed to show that it does take that time.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it was the right line. And also, it's probably too slow a story to make into a full feature. Like, it's an hour and a half of... It would be
have
really...
to add plot points or whatever.
And it'd be quite upsetting, I think. Like, an hour and a half of just people struggling is quite a lot to deal with. And I don't think many people enjoy watching sort of films like that. Like, they can be good films, of course.
Of course, yeah, a lot of good films do that, but it's difficult.
It's a tough watch.
Yeah, for sure. No, and I think it's also like if you make short films that are significantly shorter than that, so like say 10 minutes, you're usually dealing with something that only takes place over like the span of 1 day or 2 days maybe. And that was definitely not going to happen for our film, because we're definitely wanting to show her process of like getting used to living on the street and dealing with that situation. And definitely an element is time, because when you, I guess what we're also trying to show is how you spend time on the street and like,
what you do.
The kind of things you do. So that was definitely a big decision.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a decisive factor, I guess.
But I think picking the time to suit the story, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would set out to make a film 90 minutes and then writing it around that, because you're just limiting yourself. Like, we were like, okay, we want to tell a story about homelessness in Glasgow and Britain generally. And that's how long the story ended up being.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt right.
Yeah.
Rather than, I know definitely with people that said, oh no, you should make it, it's a short film, it should be less than 20 minutes. And we're kind of like, well, we would just be cutting out stuff that we deemed
important.
Important story elements, which is a shame.
I mean, writing can be made, I don't know, it can help to have that kind of in mind, but definitely the way I go about things is not like, oh, it's 1.5 hour feature film, that means it's got to have like 120 pages, and on page 15 you have to have the inciting incident, and on page 60 is going to be the half point, the midpoint of the film. Those kinds of things can definitely help if you have that in mind while writing, so you roughly know what's happening, or you can use them to, I don't know, mix up the format to bring something new to it when you're like actually consciously make a decision that isn't
Yeah.
part of that formula. No, but we definitely went about creating the script for this film, not wanting to limit us in that sense, and definitely going from what we felt was right. Yeah. Also, I mean, just in terms of like how we came about writing the story, I think in general was also a question that people keep asking us, like why did we choose the topic that we chose, and that's something that we
a couple of reasons.
no, but it's also something we touched on last week, is like going from like making a film, especially if you don't have a huge budget, with the resources that you have. And so one big thing for us was like, don't try and write a film for locations that you can't use. Like
no, like you don't want any internal large public spaces
yeah
are a nightmare to shoot in.
yeah
And you're probably going to need to go at an antisocial hour, fill it with extras. If you can't do it, then you're relying on luck to get the conditions that you need. Which,
or like trying to book a space, if you don't know anyone who owns the kind of space that you want, then you're kind of out of luck, because you will most certainly have to pay unless you're very good at convincing people. No, and so we thought like, oh, obviously public space is easy to shoot in
terms of public streets.
So, and then I guess it was not that far a jump to be like, yeah, if we're shooting out on the street and we want to make a film that has some kind of message, or at least some
meaning
to it.
It didn't want to be just another pointless drama.
Like
there's enough of them in the world. So definitely it was something that we could do to actually spread knowledge, hopefully, and a good message,
some awareness,
which is good, so it kind of helps everyone rather than just so you can definitely make a film that's impactful, but know your means for sure.
No, and that's how we came about writing about homelessness in general, and to the script, to the idea.
It is fun actually talking about like how films are structured. If you go on like Netflix to a film like you kind of know, and if you click like 25-30 minutes in, that will always be the point of conflict, where someone in the film falls out with someone else. Every single time. That's like you set up your characters and that's when something happens, and it is just a shame how predictable that is. But I do think it's quite funny to do if you're just like, oh, I kind of know this film, I wonder what point that happens. It's always the half-hour mark. And you're like, oh, okay, cool.
I also heard that like always halfway through a film someone will be eating, or is that like a particular director? I've heard something like that.
Heard that.
And I thought that was such a funny thing to be like, oh yeah, like halfway through the film there's going to be a scene where people are eating. I think it's a funny one.
I know the guy that does Ocean's 11. The director always has a character that like snacks.
Oh,
so I think is it Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt is always snacking in those.
But all of his films have a character that's just munching. Because I don't know if he did the Fast and Furious films, but it's like Han, the Chinese guy. He's always just eating, snacking. And you're like, why?
Fair enough. I mean,
it must be so annoying to film. You're like, I'm putting on a lot of weight.
Oh, actually, one of the worst things to have to eat for a scene. No, but it's nice to give an actor something to do.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, I think if you've got like an ensemble cast.
You
need something. Otherwise, it's always going to turn into the same white men. Patriarchy. Right. That's us demonetized.
No. I think that's
kind of all there is to it, I think.
To the length of the film. Really. I don't know.
Definitely have an idea before you do it, but don't limit yourself to it.
Oh yeah. And I mean there's also so many things that can change after you've written the script. I mean just go for it, and then you can edit afterwards, and there's going to be a whole lot of editing going on after you've shot everything, obviously, while editing the film. And that's also something that we definitely figured out, because like our first cut was close to 40 minutes, and then we just had to...
over.
Was it over?
Yeah, I think it was about 45.
Oh, Jesus. No, so that just goes to show that you end up with something
more,
entirely different, and then you
But also I think if you film everything, like I mean our first script was a lot longer as well. And we kind of shaved it down to the essential elements.
Yeah.
Filmed everything in that, and then once we actually saw it in film, we're like, oh, okay, right, we don't need
this
X, Y, and Z. But if you film it all, like the worst thing would be like, oh, we're not sure about this scene, we'll cut it out, and then you finally put it together, you see it all, and you're like, that would have helped.
Yeah. No.
So it's definitely one to watch.
No, if you have the time and resources, definitely do more, because
especially while you've got the cast and crew there.
Yeah,
getting people back to do
reshoots
isn't ideal.
Never want to do that.
Oh, man.
I hope I never have to do that.
No.
That must suck so bad.
Jerry, you got anything to add?
Yeah.
No.
He's not very talkative today.
Not today. He was yesterday. We didn't film yesterday, sadly, though.
Sadly.
Maybe next time.
My God.
Alright, so on to Jonas the Celebrity time.
Oh, on to my... Well, no. These questions aren't about...
No, they're not about you
no.
guys.
I was... I was actually asked what it is like to study abroad. Because, as you might not know, I am German. I grew up in Berlin. And so I've only moved to Glasgow to study here at the university. And so I've only been here since 2017. Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, time has passed 3 years now.
Incredible. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, so I guess I am studying abroad. It's weird because like when people ask or talk about studying abroad, it feels like you're doing a year abroad or like a semester abroad, but actually I am studying 4 years abroad. And yeah, I guess the first question is always like how did that come about? After I finished school, I definitely wanted to get into the film business, and I was quite unsure about wanting to pursue acting, which I had been doing up until then, or if I wanted to look for a job behind the camera.
Yeah.
And so I first thought, I guess producing maybe. But
how things turn out, eh?
Oh yeah. That's so true actually. But yeah, the film schools in Germany, at least the good ones that I would want to go for, require you to have 6 to 12 months of practical experience before applying, and I obviously didn't have that, at least not in the producing.
Not behind the camera.
Yeah, exactly. And so there was no point in me applying for those schools, but I did go to a German-American school, so like applying in the UK was not necessarily a second choice, but just a...
Yeah, I mean, it's free as well, which doesn't hurt.
Yeah, Scotland especially is for it's free for us.
So it's just the move rather than like...
Yeah.
Whereas for, like, if people went abroad here, it costs quite a lot of money, so that's another factor. So definitely something less to think about.
I don't know. English was no issue. I guess money was no issue, and then it was just finding a degree. And I mean, Glasgow Uni has a good film program.
No comment.
According to the stats, to the
statistically their film programs.
I mean, that's what I had to go with. A whole nother topic for another episode.
For another day. After we've left the uni.
Yeah. No, but that's how I came about applying here in the UK and Scotland, and then ending up at the uni here, studying abroad. And so far, I've definitely enjoyed being abroad. I think there's like a huge similarity between Berlin and Glasgow, just in terms of like they might not be the prettiest cities. It's always funny when people come around and it's like, oh, what can we see? I'm like, there's nothing to
Edinburgh?
see. Yeah. you wouldn't want to come to see Glasgow, but there's so much to do, and also like in terms of the people, very much the same, which I like in a very positive way.
Really friendly.
Yeah, I very much enjoy myself here.
Yes, nice place to be.
Definitely felt a lot like home just from the get go, and then I don't know. It's hard to talk about like, oh, what's it like studying here, because I don't have anything to compare it to.
That's true. It's not like just doing a year abroad.
Yeah.
Whereas like okay, it's very different for a year, whereas if this is all you've ever known.
Yeah. No,
So,
that's true. But I might add this. If you are interested in what it was like for me to study, because there are videos of that from my first year at university.
Oh, yeah,
true. Because I was a student vlogger for the university. So if you want to check out their channel and the student vlogger playlist, you'll find some videos of me doing all kinds of weird things.
Very true. You'll find none of me because I'm a hermit. This is my abode. I never leave this chair. That chair, actually. We swap chairs.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Won't get into why.
Oh.
No.
Because certain people
are smaller than other
smaller,
people.
so need a bigger chair to fill out their ego. It's a real problem. But, you know, that's okay.
That's okay.
You're the one that got all the questions anyway, so...
That's true. That's a boost for my ego.
I'll just sit here and rant in 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, I don't know. That's kind of...
And what about in, like, second year when you were working a lot? How did you find that?
Oh, yeah. True. That was a bit of a different scenario. So in second year, my first semester was spent mostly
in Germany.
At least half of my semester, if not more than that, I spent in Berlin shooting for an episode of Tatort.
For those of you that don't know, that's CSI, but like the German version.
The German
version, as far as I can tell.
So it's a crime and detective series that has different cities, different
it's
detective
very
teams.
Original concept.
Yeah. Hey, Tato has been running
like
since the
years.
80s. Yeah. It's old, if not longer than that. But yeah, I've got a role in the Berlin Tatort, and I had like 11 days to shoot, but they were spread across like 3 weeks, and then I had to go for costume fitting and stuff early on anyways, so I spent like a good 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks.
It was almost all of first semester.
Yeah.
You were here for maybe a fortnight.
In Berlin, and that's definitely like the whole needing to go to Germany, because that's where I get all my jobs still, and to think about maybe having to go for an audition or to shoot and stuff, especially during term time, is always a bit of a tricky one. My strategy for that is really just to know as much as possible, as soon as possible, and to actually like talk to people as soon as you get any information. So I go to my lecturers and tutors and tell them about like, oh yeah, this could be coming up, or if I do know, this will be coming up, so they can, I don't know, accommodate for that, provide me with any information that I should know.
The uni were good though, right? They gave you the materials and the readings, and they kind of took that into account.
Yeah, no, I mean, most of my reading is online, and they post all the lectures online as well. Sadly, we don't get recorded lectures
You do in philosophy.
Yeah. No, but it definitely worked out for me, because all my assessments were essays at that time, and so I could work on those in my free time, or like from home, and so it didn't matter that my home during that time was in Berlin rather than in Glasgow, and I could do all the readings online and stuff. So in terms of that, it was all right, but just in general, in terms of scheduling, it is quite tough to be like, okay, I want to be in Berlin for those weeks, and I want to be back in Glasgow for those weeks, because I do also have like, I don't know, obligations or deadlines or I don't know, just some dates that I want to be in Glasgow for my societies, for example, like if I have concerts and that kind of stuff. And so scheduling is always like, you need to be on top of your time management for sure.
I was gonna say, I definitely think you can't sit through uni like other people if you're spending time away. Like, you have to do those readings. Yeah. Because you're missing the ability to ask questions a lot of the time in lectures.
Yeah.
But once you're on top of things, it's kind of... I mean, you did fine.
I did fine, yeah. No. No, but it's also like, I don't know. It's a weird one having to, especially, I don't know, the film industry. They're not always
a bit fickle.
No, it's also like you are dependent on other people getting information to you in time. So if they let you know, oh yeah, this is our general time frame for shooting this film, a month before they want to start shooting, that's like, okay, so when could I fly there? Do I have any dates that I can't make? Do I have to book flights myself? Blah, blah. And then only, I don't know, 2 weeks ahead of shooting, they give you the exact dates. You're like, gotta get stuff done. That's a bit of an issue. It's not usually quite that bad, but it can happen. And that's a bit of a, I don't know. That's why it's always good to know kind of what you're doing.
Yes.
Ahead of time.
Definitely.
No.
Keep planning.
No, but I think one. I hate that but like one thing that really stresses me out is getting like auditions for huge projects that would be like me gone for an entire semester or more than that.
Take a year off uni.
Yeah. But that's like, oh, am I actually gonna drop an entire year of uni? But I don't know. I think just the vibes that I'm getting from the university, they are very chill with that, because it's kind of, most of what they told me was like, I mean, we can't stop you from not going to lectures or like missing out. We can't actually stop you, but you have to deal with the consequences. And I think that's very, very fair. That's also how I approached my lectures, saying like, I know this is gonna happen. I know I'm gonna miss these things, but I'm also very much aware that I am capable of keeping up with all the work. Just because I realize that I will have to put in the work, and it's not going to be like a surprise that I'm going to fall behind. But yeah, I don't know what it would be like to miss out on an entire year for a project.
I think if you get a good enough project, you'd be
okay. That's the thing, like, a project of that size, you will definitely not want to miss out. But it's like, you don't want to miss out on that. You don't want to miss out on that. I don't know.
Definitely not worth missing a year if you need to do Outlander. As an extra.
As an extra. No,
like everyone else.
Yikes. No, but like there's definitely roles you would miss.
Yeah. I mean, they're casting a new Bond soon, so
it would definitely stress me out if it's like a you can't just drop out a year and come back, but like you would have to patch your entire degree. Oh, that would be like especially now that I've studied 3 years. I was I do want to just do the last year and get my degree.
If it's a career starting role, maybe, but then that's you also signed up to acting forever, not producing or whatever this is.
A lot of people do that.
We're YouTubers now.
We're We'll see where this takes us. Yeah.
Oh dear. Right. So 2 days ago.
Yes.
1 day ago. 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Yes.
We watched through all of the Dark Knight films again.
Yeah.
So that's Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. I think it's the best superhero trilogy going, if you count him as a superhero, which I think most people do.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that maintains caliber. It's close. I don't know, personally I'm not a huge fan of Captain America. Like, I enjoy Civil War. I think the second one, what's the second one? Winter Soldier. I don't get it.
Yeah.
People love that film. I really don't understand why.
I wasn't a big fan of Civil War, to be honest.
I like Civil War because it had all the... I mean, it's pretty.
Okay.
The CG's pretty.
Yeah.
I also don't get how you can be on Captain America's side. Like, at all. I don't get it. And, like, in the comics, it's much more obvious. Where it's like, no, Iron Man, like, he has some flaws to his idea. Like, but it's different. In the film, I'm like, yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, you probably should have an Iron Man suit everywhere. And then they even acknowledge it in Infinity War. It's like, oh, yeah, this wouldn't have happened if we had, like, 20 Iron Man suits coming down. You're like, yeah, no, that would do it. But, you know, fine.
I do think The Dark Knight also, just as a trilogy, all three films, especially watching them back to back, it's just
They
like
fit together
it is
really
one
well.
thing, you know. It's
Yeah.
not just like, oh, we made three separate movies just with the same characters, so they are a trilogy.
Which actually, if you look at Captain America, it's like one of them set
yeah,
70 years before, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool.
no, they're
I'm trying to
definitely
think.
very, very close together, those films.
That's the only thing that comes close.
Mm.
I mean, X-Men 3 isn't any good. Yeah, like Days of Future Past and First Class are good, but then Apocalypse is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. But no, it was...
Iron Man.
Iron Man 2 is abysmal, though. And Iron Man 3 is just... It's funny, but it's not really an Iron Man movie. But no, I thought Dark Knight definitely... It capped itself well. I still think my favourite is obviously the second one.
Yes.
Um,
I don't think there's a doubt about that.
no, I mean, I definitely... It's the best
It's so
superhero
good.
movie
It
ever
is so
made.
good.
I'm still waiting for something to beat it.
Mm.
Admittedly, I haven't seen Joker, but I doubt.
No, but it's also like
It's a different kind of movie.
it's a different kind of movie.
Yeah.
Like that's a question of like superhero movie.
I don't think they just manage origin. I mean, not that Batman v Superman is a good movie at all, but there's so many similar beats. Like I noticed, like Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed is almost the same, but of course they do it in like hyper slow motion because Zack Snyder. But then like you're getting that Batman being Batman for like a teeny tiny bit, and then all the Superman stuff, and then more like what's Apocalypse. And then you're like, Wonder Woman's in here. Like, you know what? Chuck the Flash in for a little bit. Why not? And you're like, what is going on? And then who's the main villain? Is it Lex Luthor? Is it Apocalypse? Is it Superman? Is it Batman? No. Like, it's everyone. That film's a mess. But, like, it's really long and it feels long. Whereas I think, like, Dark Knight, I mean, or even Dark Knight Rises, I think is longest. It's 2 hours 44, I think. But it doesn't feel that long because it's kind of earned it. Like, they've built up the whole Ra's al Ghul story.
That's true. It does have like chapters and stuff, but they all feel like they have their place because it is the story progressing.
Yeah. I mean, that's Bruce Wayne after his third brunette woman in the trilogy. He has a new one every single time.
Yeah.
Well, no.
It's the same character in the first two.
I'm convinced that it's a completely different woman. They recast her without saying a thing.
Yeah.
She does look remarkably similar. Then they go in like Anne Hathaway and it's like, she's close. And she gets with the Talia al Ghul. So actually it's 4. 4 brunettes. He's definitely got a type.
Yeah. That's true.
Evil badass woman.
Which is interesting because the women he like is with at the parties and
all
stuff
blonde.
are all blonde.
What is he saying?
We are onto something.
Christopher Nolan has a prejudice.
So the persona of Bruce Wayne is into blondes, but
the real heart inside.
Batman. You know, because he's wearing the mask of Bruce Wayne, and deep down inside, he's actually Batman.
I think you're thinking of Superman. You're watching too much Kill Bill.
No, that's what Rachel. Like,
which is actually Harvey Dent that says that.
Oh, true.
When he gets taken out, it's just so quotable.
Yeah.
Oh, what a failure. But I do love, like, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Dark Knight Rises. In the original script, when Bane releases all the prisoners, the Joker was meant to come out in that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which is, I think, would have been really interesting.
Oh,
and I do wonder if initially Talia al Ghul was meant to be in it at all.
I see, yeah.
Because I wonder if that was just kind of like they had to, like, Bane wasn't a strong enough villain, or strong, but like, you know, a compelling enough villain to really get behind. And then the Joker would kind of reintroduce his anarchy in the city. But obviously, sadly, because Heath Ledger died, and before Dark Knight even came out, then they had to rejig it.
Yeah.
But I think that would have been an interesting cap-off, because I just don't find the Ra's al Ghul kind of villain that... Like, it ends pretty well in Batman Begins, I think, where it's kind of like, I'm not going to save you, I'm not going to kill you, but I'll not save you.
Yeah.
I think kind of going back to that is a little bit of a step back. It's like, okay, right, fine. and she gives them absolutely no reason for her to be trustworthy. She's even like, why don't we just turn on the power source thing? And he's like, oh no, you can't. I'm giving you control of it though, but you can't. And she's like, why don't we turn it on? And you're like, Bruce, you're a
yeah. And it's also and it's also not in the sense that Bruce falls in love with her, and so he's like actually betrayed. You know, you do see them, but like it's not really that explicit, or like it's not really shown
in fact,
in the
whole
story.
film he's trying to avoid her.
Yeah,
like
so it's I don't know. It's her being the baddest person, or like the mastermind behind all the villainous stuff going on is a bit of like a.
I mean, they definitely try to get even like the opening scene. Obviously, it's great. It starts with the plane.
Yeah.
But it's
very cool.
There are people you've never seen before. In fact, you've never seen any of them talking about a scientist you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Kidnapping him, and you're like, okay. Which compared to Dark Knight opening, we've already had the mob in Batman Begins. We know that's kind of the primary antagonist of Gotham as a city. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, okay, he's stealing from a mob bank. Mm-hmm. Cool.
That's true. That's very similar beginnings in terms of like introducing
it's like a cold
villain.
Open.
Yeah.
But there's just a bit more context with the Joker, and I think by having this plane in the middle of nowhere that you've never seen before, and a bunch of people, and it's like, okay, what, and then is ages in the film later where it's like, oh, he died 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, oh, he's not dead, he's here, and he's the only one that can disarm the nuke. So I do think that makes it a little bit weaker. Yeah. Whereas keeping it in Gotham is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just the practical effects of it all are good though.
Yeah.
So like Dark Knight, them flipping a lorry, they were like, yeah, let's flip a lorry, and they kind of acknowledge it, like you can see the smoke from the cylinder that they used to blow it, but they didn't CGI it out. They were like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's evidence we flipped a lorry, like sure. Or like when the armored van crashes out of the underground into the water. I think it's like 3/4 miniatures, which is still big. Like, good on them.
Big man.
You can see so I think there's 3 IMAX cameras in the world when they filmed it. Yeah. And they had 2 of them on set. And in that underground bit, you see one get crashed into. It was on the back of a car that gets hit, and they're like $500,000 or something, and you're like, oh,
that was a spending mistake.
You just see the cameraman like, I'll leave. It's fine.
No, honestly, I think that is so painful to watch stuff like that, like expensive equipment, especially like cameras getting trashed. I saw this one video. I think it was from. Was it from the Mandalorian or the last? Oh, yeah. So they're like just racing through the desert, and there's a camera on like a long crane, but it's like just hovering right above the ground. Yeah. And the car that it's mounted on is going like full speed, and then the arm just
like the tiniest dip.
Yeah, it just goes down just a bit too far, and the entire camera is like.
It just hits the ground and tumbles.
Oh.
And you're like.
That's such an expensive mistake.
The arm operator is just like, I didn't see the ball.
Yeah. Madness.
Oh.
That's scary.
Yeah. No. Going back to Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's.
But I think Christopher Nolan's action is rubbish. Mm-hmm. Like, I would never watch those films for any of the action set pieces.
I think it's cut too fast, so you don't actually see anything happen.
It's really fast, really close, and when he does try and pull away, everyone has probably seen the Dark Knight Rises bit where the extra just falls over. He's like, oh, I was meant to get hit, I'll just collapse. Yeah. And you're like, okay. But yeah, it's the fights that are shot really quickly, and I just think it kind of would be the only thing I can think to kind of elevate the films a bit more. Because, like, yeah, it's just a little bit. I think they keep it interesting at the end of Dark Knight when there's the SWAT guys and he's kind of taking them down more tactically. But when it comes to punching and stuff, it's very much just.
That's true. I guess it's not necessarily exciting to see 2 guys go like doom 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 through a routine, you know.
But it can be. Like, have you seen Warrior?
Think so.
This is the one Tom Hardy and he's like MMA. But the fight scenes there's just people punching each other, but they're like visceral and quick. Or like The Raid, which we talked about
Yeah.
last time.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, definitely it can be done.
I don't think it's been done in Batman ever. Maybe in Batman v Superman when he crashes through the window to save the aunt, Martha.
Why did you say that
name? That's probably the best fight scene in a Batman film. I think I'm going to stay by that.
I have to watch all of them.
It. I mean, you've only seen it once. I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because otherwise, like that, definitely Batman Begins and actually Dark Knight Rises suffer from it the most because they've got the most fighting in them. You know, like when Bane is punching Batman in the middle of whatever, it's not Times Square, but it's kind of Times Square. And there's all the cops around. It's just like broad daylight. It's so clear. It always is a bit jarring. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. It's just a little bit boring to watch. It would be the one thing I think Christopher Nolan. Whereas Inception's done fine.
Oh yeah.
I think that's fun. It's a bit easier to do gunfights, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the only other thing I think is scale. Why I prefer Dark Knight. Because it's not... So Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises are like, the city is going to die.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the fear gas that's going to destroy everything. They're all going to kill each other. And Dark Knight Rises is, we're driving a nuke around town.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. Whereas I can believe someone ripping off the mob, and if you had a vigilante, there's this whole, like, we want you to reveal yourself thing that would benefit the criminals as well. And the police are also after it. I think it's much more, like, intrigue to it, rather than just, like, we're all going to die, and Batman's going to save the day, which he does both times.
I mean, I think it's just to have such a strong villain. It's interesting because it's like in the movie in terms of like in the story, but also very much what the film benefits from is to have such a strong villain, because that makes the good guy, the superhero Batman, so much better as well. So like the fact that you have the Joker as like an amazing villain,
and Two-Face as well, which doesn't get talked about a lot, but like he's a great character, set up really well, and he only comes in at the end, but he nails it.
Yeah, but it's not as like ominous as like, oh, there's some kind of like organization.
Yeah, the League of Shadows. Yeah, that control everything.
And you're like, no, we know exactly who's doing all these things. It's just a matter of like.
And the Joker is such a perfect counter to Batman. I mean, this has been talked about before, of course, but like his ideals are the exact opposite of what Batman thinks. Whereas
good writing.
You're like, oh, okay, the only thing that Ra's al Ghul and Batman disagree on is whether or not to kill the people. It's like, oh, do you put them in jail or kill them? And then Bane and Talia al Ghul are kind of more just, or Bane especially, big strong man.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, and Bane goes out very unceremoniously. He just gets shot, and that's the end of it, and you never see him again. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
I think it's fair.
But it's funny that you mention large secret organizations controlling everything, ruining a movie. Because our next chat was gonna be on Bond.
Yes, because we did actually say after doing a Batman marathon, we should do a James Bondathon
before No Time to Die Tomorrow today comes out, or whatever they decide to call it.
Should have.
And it was meant to come out in April. Not long. Gives us time. We could have watched all the Craig Bonds and maybe Goldfinger. I don't know about any of the rest of them. They're all a bit dated.
Okay.
But
yes, we're
not gonna do that anymore because they've delayed it till November.
That's mad.
Because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
Which is.
I think it's mad.
It's just a flu.
I mean, I reckon they didn't do it as like, oh, health and safety for the people that we want.
It's definitely a money thing.
It is definitely a money thing.
It's like people aren't going to go to the cinema right now. We'll release it in 9 months.
Which I totally get, but it's also like, that's a long delay.
Yeah. Is there anything coming out in November this year though? I don't think there is anything.
I bet they changed it because there isn't anything big coming out in November.
I was going to say, I don't think there's no big Avengers thing at the moment. And obviously Star Wars is done.
That's huge though.
There's a long delay. They've definitely...
It's more than half a year. Jesus. Yeah. Man. I don't know. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be interested to see how it performs now.
Yeah.
So it's definitely killed hype. Like I think they were. I mean, I was almost gonna see it. Well, we were gonna see it after.
Yeah, I mean, just the whole marketing and publicity stuff is all like step by step, so you have like a climax of when the film is released, and to just completely break that, and like I don't know if they want to completely restart it later in the year.
They're gonna have to, I think, if anyone's gonna see it.
So weird. It's like, oh yeah, here are the trailers you've already seen.
Especially with trailers these days, because you can piece together so much of a film. Like we already know Bond's been retired 5 years. 007's
as usual
been recast. A chat for another time.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we know so much about the film already, and then to delay it 9 months, I think the only film that's done that recently would be Sonic the Hedgehog, which for those of you who didn't see, there was the initial trailer came out. He looked horrendous. He looked like a real hedgehog but blue and slightly anthropomorphized. It was disgusting. And they delayed that 7 months, I think, in the end, and kind of redesigned him, which must be a huge job for the effects agency, which actually shut down after the film came out.
Really?
Yeah.
But they did such a good job.
I know. It's a real shame. So there's this whole thing about how they're not getting enough credit.
Wow.
Hopefully they get scooped up by somebody.
I mean, honestly, just the fact that they took on the advice, or like said, everyone wanted us to redo that, and then they did it, which must have cost so much money.
I think it cost about 50 million.
But
to redo.
Without that, they would have lost so much.
Yeah, no, it does make you think if it was just a producer decision rather than like artists being like, oh, okay, no one will see the film if we don't redo it, and then you're all fired. Which is definitely a bit of a shame.
That is a shame. No, but I'm sure they will be picked up by other companies.
Yeah, I mean, they're all really, really talented. But yeah, I think that actually made money. Sonic, yeah. Despite the long delay.
Honestly, I think that's also something that I would support, because, like, yes, the film industry is listening to what people are saying.
Definitely.
It's not just let's produce something to have it out there, but it's also like we are interested in
talking about producers listening to the fans.
Yes.
Birds of Prey, that film that nobody saw because no one cares. I mean, it's a sequel or I don't even know, to Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Which
was awful. It's in the same universe as Justice League, which was awful.
Yeah.
Aquaman was meant to be okay. I missed it. But they renamed it 2 weeks after the film came out in cinemas to Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey.
Oh.
Because people didn't know what the film was about.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the reason.
Far too little, too late. Because no one was seeing the film because they just didn't know. There was like this big ensemble thing. Whereas they were like, oh no, it's Harley Quinn's movie. How they didn't think of that before the film came out, I have no idea.
I don't know. I was just like watching the trailer, and I knew that I wouldn't want to go watch it in cinemas.
No. Although they got actually the director from John Wick did some of the action scenes, and I think you can tell, like the stuff that are in like the long trailers. You know everything.
Yeah. They've
got every single action scene in the trailers. I think you can tell that like the way it's shot is very kind of, you know, there's a guy runs in, he gets hit by a hammer, falls over, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, it's done. Yeah. Or like, oh, she's running in a circle, she gets her gun, and it's all kind of follows her killing everyone. Which, fine.
I think it's very third-person shooter kind of thing, where it's just like, you see the character, and then you see like whatever scrambling about, and they just go like bang, 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 they're all gone.
The thing is, works in a video game because it's just you playing it. You're immersed in the game, and you're not really thinking about what your guy's doing, especially third person, because you're just hiding behind cover. You don't really look at it, and to you, you're awesome. But in a film, you're not so doing boring. Anything. Yeah. You're just watching someone kind of peek, kill, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's like watching someone play a video game.
Yeah, which isn't that entertaining unless the person playing it is.
Yeah.
Ah, shocking. Did you see the new batsuit?
I did see some of it, because here's the thing: they are shooting it in Glasgow,
where we are. Because the reveal that DC did, where it's all red. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay, so they released a thing, and it was kind of like here to here, really dark, like the same color as this mic, like. You couldn't see anything. It was all just red lit, and you're kind of like, okay, that's Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Great.
But the
Sure.
rest. Yeah.
But there was some shots leaked from the set in Glasgow where they were filming.
Yeah.
They're a bit clearer in daylight. It's all armored up.
Mm.
Long ears.
Yeah, that's a talking point.
Very long pointy ears. I don't mind the ears.
No.
Like the ears. I think it's nice to depart from Ben Affleck, who had short ears.
Yeah.
It's the big Batman things. But also, like, his suit was quite... It relied on his body. He's
Ben Affleck is huge.
almost as buff as me.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah. Close.
it makes sense because Robert Pattinson is skinny.
Like just
to
to have
get-
that like more elongated look.
Yeah. But also to like muscle up the suit or give it some armor.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. 'Cause,
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's definitely something in Batman Begins. Like that suit's not great. They definitely fixed it in the next two films.
Yeah.
But he's still a bit like stilt and awkward, and you kind of have to suspend a little bit of disbelief when he's beating people up. You're like, sure, okay.
Yeah.
But I think definitely having some armor doesn't hurt.
Yeah. No, especially for a superhero like Batman. That's like, okay, you don't actually have any superpowers other than your gadget.
Yeah. But you also
which
have
the
to stay away
suit is pro.
from Iron Manning him.
Yeah.
Because if he's like, oh, okay, you can do everything, it's like, right.
Yeah.
So I do think they almost the Bat in Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that's introduced, it becomes such a convenient get out of jail free card for him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm cornered, I'll fly away.
I'll fly away. Yeah.
Oh, there's a bot, I'll fly. And I get why they did it. They have to escalate and make it bigger and better and whatever.
Yeah.
But it is just a bit like, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
No, but
fine.
I also think, well, there was a picture of the new Batmobile.
Yes, it's a car.
It's a car, but
It's
I
not
think
a
that's
Batmobile.
but I think that's very cool, and I guess that's also a bit closer to the comics.
Depends on the comic. But
Maybe
yeah,
like older
yeah.
ones that is like it's just a cool looking car.
It's
Or it's
definitely
like
moving
gadgets
away
and-
from both Nolan's trilogy and Snyder's,
Yeah.
where it's a massive armored tank thing
Yeah.
with guns and can transform into
Yeah.
a bike and it's got all this cool stuff. It's definitely like, it's got headlights.
Yeah.
It's a muscle car with a bat symbol.
Exactly.
on the
Yeah.
bonnet.
No, but I also get like James Bond vibes from that. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just a really cool car that has some extra features.
Yeah, especially actually like Bond is funny because he's gone from car with all these gadgets to like, this is a Aston Martin. They only made 10 of them in existence. Why did we give him this car?
Because it's classy.
Aston Martin paid us.
Honestly, I do think seeing the trailer of the new James Bond, the machine guns out of the headlights,
It's so impractical.
so impractical.
Why can't they be
Because it's like
aimed?
just you're shooting on a plane. Literally, lie down on the ground. You are good.
You're fine. You're absolutely fine. And also he's like, oh, he just runs to the left. You're like, oh, just back 1 second. I'm just gonna reverse. Like, it's maybe they'll cover it in lore. But I mean, his gadgets have been awful. It's like, this is a gun that can only be fired by you. Ooh.
It works in the situation of the movie.
Yep. I feel like they wrote that situation, then made the gadgets.
Yeah.
And there was like a radio, which is bigger than the one he had in the 70s. He's like, oh, it fits in your shoe. And I'm like, okay, cool. Got a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. No, but there's definitely some appeal to the gadgets.
Well, I hope they bring it back. I think it'd be really cool if they set the new Bond, so after Bond 25, in the past.
Oh.
Set it in the 80s again.
Yeah.
Like good old Russian villains.
Honestly, I think people will have to change their mentality of like a continuous Bond, and that's definitely started with Daniel Craig. Is like,
Yeah.
oh, the story is progressing, which is definitely nice for like a series of films. But with something like James Bond, which has been going on for so many years now and has gone through so many different actors, you just have to like, I don't know, he not necessarily has to die, but like you have to.
Well, there was talk of continuing it instead of like recasting, so having like side characters done in like, okay, if they've got 007 is now whatever
I don't know.
recast, but not Daniel Craig, so not Bond, but 007, and then following it with 007 instead.
Okay.
But like, I don't think it's a big enough they're not guaranteed hits.
No.
The films, like, I mean, because Spectre and Quantum of Solace aren't good movies. I think people go into Bond films now with like a healthy dose of skepticism.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas it's not like Fast and Furious where they made Hobbs and Shaw and it was like, even if no one sees it, it'll make $1 billion. Which, you know, fine.
No, I think it would be smart to just go like, each Bond film is a standalone, so it doesn't matter who. It doesn't really matter who the actor is of James Bond, and it doesn't matter, like, you can just completely reset and create an awesome villain and like an awesome story, because it is free from all the like, oh, what happened before, what's gonna happen
again.
Yeah, because I had the whole Spectre thing of like across 3-4 movies, like it's like
it also didn't help they didn't have the rights to use the word Spectre until Spectre, so Quantum and Spectre are meant to be the same thing, but they couldn't say Spectre and Quantum. So they're like, oh, that mysterious organization we're talking about, it's been renamed. And we all wear matching rings
because we just didn't know who exactly it was, even though it's a huge...
I'm pretty sure the Spanish version of the film don't suffer the same fate. Because is it the Spanish word for Spectre is Quantum?
I think so, yeah. I think it worked out in that way.
It worked,
like,
maybe it's a direct translation, but that's how it got titled.
Yeah.
Which I think is brilliant. It's like their version of Bond makes so much more sense than the British one.
Oh, that is actually really good.
Oh man, but that's a proper topic for another time.
What?
James Bond.
James Bond.
We'll watch them all. Watch them all back.
All of them.
No.
Oh, the last 4. Yeah.
And maybe Goldfinger.
Maybe sometime closer to when it's released.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. I was looking forward to that.
I almost was too. Almost. I'm kind of tired of all their villains having facial disfigurements.
Yeah, I guess that's how you can tell that they're bad.
What are you trying to say?
I know, it's very not PC.
No, it's all of them. Though. It's the guy in Skyfall, Javier Bardem, Christoph Waltz, and Rami Malek.
Yeah.
All of them. Bond gets shot in the face in this one, and he like ends up with like half face, and he becomes the villain.
Yeah. I mean, that's also the whole, like, isn't that in the trailers, like, you're more like me than you...
Yeah. Oh. You heard it here first. Find out in November.
Bond is gonna get... His face is gonna get disfigured.
What if? Because, just to clarify, someone did ask us to talk about Corona virus, not the beer. So it could be, if Corona comes and kills us all, we'll never see the new Bond. It'll never be released.
Yes, but that will not happen.
It's a flu. It's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. It's like a virus.
It kills elderly people.
Yeah. I don't know. It was mad. I was in Berlin last week, and literally every single conversation ended up talking about Corona at some point. And it's definitely not a big thing here in the UK.
There's 87 cases now.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, what is going on? And like, okay, Italy's shut down and they like cancel a lot of conventions or like just big meetings where it's like, sure, there's a lot of people that...
Yeah, any convention with 500,000 people going, that's probably a good time to not have everyone there.
Yeah.
But like day-to-day life...
I don't know. Like, what is all this fear-mongering of like, oh my god, it's dangerous. There are so many diseases out there that are...
so much worse.
Yeah, just like way more lethal, but they are also contained because of medicine and
can't contain it.
Take care of themselves. I think
we should all watch 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
And prepare ourselves for the worst.
The zombie apocalypse.
You can't trust the army.
Yeah, it's probably like some biological warfare that we just don't know about yet.
From China.
Maybe they're like, we're the victims here, so no one actually blames them.
It's like, have you seen
Wasn't it like one of the factories that was close to where like it really broke out had like the umbrella thing?
Yes, the umbrella logo from Resident Evil.
Do tell us about that.
Okay, well, Resident Evil is a terrible film franchise, but an amazing game franchise.
Okay.
But the basic story, it's Japanese, so the story's always mad. But basically, the zombies in that are biological weapons made by the Umbrella Corporation. And their logo is a very distinctive, I think, 8-sided shape that has red and it's like an umbrella. It's called Umbrella Corporation.
Mm.
And then their biological weapons get out, and the world gets overtaken by zombies. And Chris Redfield's there to save the day, which is fine. And Leon S. Kennedy, brilliant games. But the factory that was next to Wuhan, where the coronavirus came out, had the exact same logo, but with black parts of the umbrella rather than red, and you're just mightily suspicious there. So
what happened there?
I think they're big fans, and they're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's kill everyone.
Yeah.
But
was it also that one of the factories, or like the factory or whatever, is producing like the masks?
Yeah, so that's actually how you get it. You put on the mask, and that's how you get corona.
I think that is mad, just like coincidence or I don't know what, but that's just hilarious. Also, I think what is up with the mask? Because like that is not necessarily gonna.
It's meant to be really bad for your immune system if you wear them a lot as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't take in any natural.
I think that's also not necessarily going to stop you from getting. It might actually be way more effective if you have it, that you're not going to spread it, because like it will keep you from like just releasing.
But you shouldn't be outside. Stay in your homes.
That's true.
Strike to the head. That cures the zombie.
Draw some blood, that usually helps with like diseases.
But no, in terms of films to recommend on this topic, wow, what a segue.
Yeah.
Have you seen Train to Busan?
No, I have not.
No, so it's a Korean zombie movie.
Yes. Oh yes, I've seen clips of it.
I think it's the best zombie film I've seen that's been made this decade, at least, in the last 10 years. It's superb. You can find it on Amazon Prime, so it is there. It's free. And it's very contained. It doesn't go...
Because it's on a train.
It's on a train. Yeah. So they're going for the city. There are bits where they get off the train, they go for the city, but it's not that, there's zombies everywhere, and and you're like, how are they alive?
Yeah.
It's in a situation where you're like, I think it's just nice when it's, what would you do? And the characters do what you would do. And you're like, this is just...
Thank God.
Satisfying to watch, because you can make zombies threatening.
Yeah.
It's like watching Walking Dead, and you're like, I mean, they've been in the apocalypse, 8.5 years? Canonically in that now. In fact, it's even longer, because that kid's grown up. It's about 10 years, maybe? And there's people still getting bitten.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't bite through leather. Why don't you all wear motorcycle uniforms?
Yeah.
But if you have zombies, they're kind of similar to the 28 Days zombies. They're nice and quick. Which definitely is threatening, and it's just a breakout then, so you can't prepare, and it's done very well. It's really tense.
I think it's also like just hearing that, to have a character that is doing things that you would also do, but still stuff happening is like, it is out of their hands, or like,
and every character's like that as well. They're all dealing with it the way that humans would. There's people that are assholes and selfish. Brilliant. There's people that want to help people. There's people that just want to on with their day. That's another beep.
Yeah.
We're trying not to swear. I've got a terrible time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
It's worth a watch. Definitely would recommend. That's a recommendation for the week.
Hey.
Subs not dubs as well. Watch it in Korean.
We should get on more Korean, like Asian films.
Battle Royale. That's a good one. That's what Suzanne Collins, the lady that wrote Hunger Games, got sued for.
Oh yeah.
Because she just ripped it off completely. She denied she knew it existed, and you're like, it's the same.
That does make it.
Yeah, it'd be like if someone wrote a book called like Harry Twatter, about someone that went to a Hogwarts school of witchcraft and
I want
magic.
To see that book.
Harry
Can
Twatter.
you please write it? Harry Twatter.
But it's just the same. Everything's the same except his name changed, and it's like, I had no idea it existed. It's like, you call yourself J.L. Rowling. It's like, it's a pseudonym. But like, Battle Royale is what Hunger Games was based off, and it does it a lot better. It's one of the most violent films I've ever seen.
Oh.
Like,
that says a lot, by the way, guys.
I've seen Hostel, but like, no, it just goes all out. And it's also, if you put people on an island and say you gotta kill each other, it's not gonna turn into a love triangle with no blood and some guy face painting himself to make him look like a tree. That's just not going to happen. You're going to get people with Uzis and crossbows killing each other because that's what teenagers would do.
So, would you say that is then a bit of a rip-off of Lord of the Flies?
No.
No.
Because in Lord of the Flies, a book which I have read, because I read sometimes at school.
We've had to
10
for
years
school,
ago.
yeah.
But they don't get sent to the island to die.
No, that's true. So it's not like there's not a premise of
they try and make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, I mean, Balrog does a really good job of being like they all got these necklaces on, and if they try and escape or cooperate, they pop the necklace essentially, so their necks explode. And I'm smiling too much when I said that. But it's just like they're like, okay, if there's not people like every hour, like a section of the map that they get given, they're like, okay, everyone in there is going to get your necks popped. And then if you're not all dead by a certain point, we're just going to kill you all. Because they're doing it to stop overpopulation, which is a weird way of doing it.
We should bring that conversation back as well.
Overpopulation?
Yeah.
It's a real issue here in Scotland.
Yeah. Damn.
But no, that's worth a watch. I would recommend Train to Busan.
That's also, that's ripped off in Kingsman. Overpopulation and popping people's heads off.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is exactly
the same. But Kingsman has a really good one-take action scene, which isn't one take.
No.
But I think that kind of...
I definitely enjoy Kingsman, but that is
it's
exactly the story.
Yeah. Oh, it's also the story in Endgame, Infinity War.
Yeah.
That's on a universal scale, though, so I guess it's slightly different.
But yeah. Interesting.
Everything's from
Korea. I guess that also
Japan.
just shows you can't, or it's really, really difficult to be original in that sense. You just have to be smart about the things you steal.
It's probably an argument to know your genre. So if you're having a thing with teenagers killing each other, don't make it a teenage love drama. And it's like Divergent. Did anyone see the sequels?
I did see them, yeah.
All of them?
I think so, yeah.
There's Insurgent and...
Write in the comments.
Let us know in the comments what happened. I saw the first one and was like...
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to go back to The Matrix, but I want to see a dystopia.
That's true.
Like it's better.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
Fair. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I think we're out of time now.
Yeah, I mean, we could keep running for another hour on this
probably
SD
could,
card,
yeah.
but you know. Hope you enjoyed. If you've got anything you want to talk about, specifically me, because Jonas has all the questions right now. That's why I give myself 30 minutes to talk about films at the end of these podcasts.
Yeah. No, I love it. I could not talk about it because I haven't seen
anything.
Yeah.
God, so uncultured.
Definitely.
Jerry, anything to add?
No.
Maybe next time. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Video's not brought to you by Squarespace yet, but it's coming.
We're working on it.
Working on it.
Still. Anyway.
Easy. Have a good one.